女の話をしよう。肥大化した自我は女の人生を食いつぶした。誰だろうと夢を見る自由はある。理想の自分、理想の快楽、理想の未来、理想の他人、理想の恋人、理想の別離。誰だろうと安い夢を見る自由はある。だが、その大半は悪い夢だ。
Hello, and welcome back to Fate Extra CCC. So today we're gonna go ahead and we already started Chapter 4, which is finally where we're gonna get Archer's first SG. The guy's a bit of a tsundere, he gets a bit of time getting worked up on. So yeah, let's start off with, I awake to a familiar ringing. This is my room. Maybe I'm still half asleep, but I can't clearly recall what happened. We passionately went further into the deeper lair and then... A surprise appearance from the sentinel forced us to retreat. She was under BB's control. So that's what happened. BB caught Jinoko and ended up turning her into a new labyrinth core. It seems that after I returned to the old school, I fell asleep out of fatigue from the fight with Lip. I wonder how long I've been asleep. You slept an entire day. You should be fully recovered by now. Please go drop by the student council room. I urged bound by Archer, I rushed to get ready. Though I have to deal with Jinoko, it's also a matter to recover our memories. Let's turn to the student council room. Now, I don't remember if it's after the student council room or before. I do know that the CCC conversation with Sakura is in the second floor. Is in the second part, so we don't really have to worry much about that. I take a break in my room. I sit down, stretch my arms, and loosen my shoulders. Archer's working on something. He's coming in such a good mood, and I have to wonder who this guy is. I ask what he's doing, and he says,
Yeah,
of course you do that. He replies with the most invigorating smile anyone can give. Well, I don't have any comments on the things he likes to do. I'll just lay back and do my own thing. Comfy. I can just leave him and he'll clean up the room, repair the furniture, and prop some brownies. Life doesn't get more pleasant than this. Are you gonna put on the Discovery Channel so we can see it, or what? And here we go. The servant goes off on a lecture whenever he gets the chance. Archer doesn't just stress discipline in being practical, but he also narrows down how many items should be handled. Huh? Just now. Was that an SG reacting? Maybe I should use this topic to work him up a little more. Alright. This chance won't come again. I'll work him up. Alright, let's try it out. Here's my chance to get to see this rude servant's secrets. He only gets to see his masters as a troublesome child. I nodded honestly. Of course I'm listening. I'll handle items with more care from now on. So, what are you up to, Archer? Archer's hands keep moving while he talks. I pop in and speak over Archer's shoulders and see the disassembled pieces of the vacuum cleaner. Now that I think about it, Archer does a sort of maintenance also for all sorts of stuff. I continue. You get a little obsessive, don't you? Interesting, he says, huh? The 5 meditations he's reacting. This is definitely Archer's keyword. So then, what's the most interesting thing about taking stuff apart?
語るまでもない。分解組み立ての王様はハンドガンだよ。あれはいい。実にいい。
I guess that explains all the guns in the wall there.
日本刀が伝統と技術による工芸品なら、ハンドガンもまた技巧による工芸品だ。鉄と機能美、工夫と合理性のね。ライフルまで行くと戦争兵器として言い逃れできないが、ハンドガンには兵器としての合理性と道具としての芸術性がある。
It is really odd just seeing Archer talk about guns like this, but like he's a different guy from Stay Night, so it makes sense really.
その武器形態において必要最低限の機能だけにとどめたものには時に魂が宿る。江戸時代における侍、西部開拓時代のガンマン、中世におけるレイピアと同じだよ。殺し合いの道具だが、決闘時においては己の誇りと出自を示すアートだった。命が安い時代だったからだろうな。己の命より頼りとする武器に高値をつける。まさに男の世界だな。ハンドガンはその最後の生き残りだ。とは言ってもつまるところは闘争の道具。第一に求められたのは耐久性だった。固く強いほど一級とされる。芸術品などと歌っておきながら無骨な話だろう。だがこれが不思議なものでね、耐久度だけを求めて作られた重心はため息が出るほど美しい。極限を求めた結果、そこに耐久度以外の価値が生まれる。それは鉄の滑らかさだけにとどまらない。単純化された内部構造の一部の隙もないアクション。わずか1ミリにかけた重心への執念。わかるかね。多くの人間を魅了するあのデザインは、その実デザインから生まれたものではないんだ。より安定した機能、より効果的な射撃を追求した結果、ハンドガンは誰にこびることなく、あの野生の動物と同じだ。ただあることが美しい。まさに男のロマンだよ。もちろん銃にもそれぞれ個体差がある。同じ銃種でも出来上がりによっていい品、悪い品だが、それがまたいいんだ。ガンスミスによるワンオフもマスプロによる量産品も共に違った味わいがある。前者は職人の技による奇跡、後者は工場が生む偶然の奇跡。
Bro is nerding out about the assembly lines.
苦虫を噛みつぶしたような顔をして、悪いものでも食べたか？
No, I'm just regretting my life choices a bit. That was incredible, and not a damn was given to his listeners' intentions. A passionate talk. I wonder if Archer is one of those gun fanatics, but it means he favors guns instead of bows, right?
それは銃も必要に応じて使うが、ここでの相手は猟師隊だからな。
Yeah.
別に銃が有効というわけでもない。
We do know that an extra, there's that CG of him holding a gun while he's still alive, because he's a modern servant, but a modern servant in like 2055 or wherever this takes place, right? So he obviously uses guns.
そもそも銃にはあまり燃えなくてね。制圧力に優れてはいるが、弾丸に魔力を乗せづらいんだ。
Yeah.
ことサーバント戦においては、相手の量子防御をどう破るかが重要になる。銃では目くらましにしかならないだろう。
Unless guns are actually part of your history, like Billy the Kid or Francis Drake or something like that.
まあ、近代兵器を己の起源として愛用する英霊であれば、話はまた違ってくるが。
I didn't know. So what he was on, what about his fiery speech? He knows an awful lot about handguns, despite not favoring them. Maybe he's not talking about the real thing, but imitations, like he really likes model guns.
モデルガンも悪くはないが、使われることのない機能性と思うと慣れてしまってどうも。結局買ったのは1丁だけだったな。まあ徹底して分解して元は取ったが、私の投影も理屈は同じだ。投影6拍と言ってね。どのような意図で何を目指し、何を使い、何を磨き、 何を思い、何を重ねたか。
Yeah, he's giving us the basic rundown of what his magic is, the projection thing,
こ
huh?
れをトレースすることで、よ
Trace
り
and
高度な
projection.
複製を可能とする。私にとって道具の手入れは必須業務というわけだ。
Indispensable work for helping with battle. But the odd thing is that I have yet to see Archer maintaining his weapons. Seems like usually only maintains the household stuff.
それはたまたまだ。
Uh-huh.
銃やら弓やらは君が眠っている時によ
I'm
いじっ
sure
てい
you
る。
do.
だがなんだ、家電製品を軽んじるのは感心しないな。例えばこの掃除機を見ろ。なんと遠心分離機を使っている。ゴミどころか周囲の分子すべてを吸い込まねば済まぬという気迫じゃないか。これは20世紀のとあるメーカーのものだ。
Really just...
ダイソンと漢字で書か
You
れて
really
いる
are
が、
just name dropping
本社は
Dyson,
ドイツ
really?
だな。間違いない。
And it's kind of surprising you just name drop Dyson here.
これは私の持論だが、日本人とドイツ人は完璧主義でもその方向性が異なると思うんだ。
Alright, explain.
日本人は利便性の究極を、ドイツ人は機能の究極を求めている。
I mean, yeah, I will
家
say
電
that
を買うな
the
らこのどちらかにしたまえ。
German appliances, its technology, it really is just a lot of functionality. I don't really, no, the Kia, I think Kia is Korean, right? I'm actually interested to see. The only, like, Japanese appliances, let me see. Yeah, Kia is Korean. I don't think I have any, like, no, I'm lying. I think Toshiba is, yeah. I've worked on, like, oh, what the fuck is the name? Yamaha. Yeah, I think it's Yamahas. Yamahas are, slightly more convenient. It's odd motors. Ship motors, like small ones. They are a bit, let's say they're not the worst things. I think the worst engines, I don't know. I think thinking about it, it's probably I don't remember right the name, but there was another one, Japanese engine with just wires everywhere. It's a mess to work on. You have to disassemble everything to get to anything.
それと最近は調理器具にも凝っていてね。電気式圧力鍋の登場には度肝を抜かれた。まさか肉の煮込みが30分でできるとは。あれはいい、素晴らしい。使った翌日、分解用にもう一つ買いに走ったほどだ。私の夢はいつかマイブランドの調理道具を製造して。
This guy keeps talking, and we got DSG. Tool Fanatic has been obtained.
今一瞬めまいがしたような。何か異常はなかったか、マスター。
Something is definitely wrong. I saw before the deplorable servant ejecting disappointing remarks with an expression brimming with exceptional youth.
そうかね。少しばかり饒舌になりすぎたようだ。今日は特別話したい気分でね。とにかく物は大事に扱うように。それとなんだ、俺ぐらいのこだわりはそう珍しくはないと思う。
Right, I remember. I think it was a Suzuki. I worked on a Suzuki engine. It was a bit of a mess to work on. Electrical wires everywhere, I think. It's been a while since I worked on that one. But yeah, I think that's what I remember. I know with a straight face. Yeah, okay. I tried to take hold on his weak point to expose his SG, but it turned out to be such a plain secret. This half-assed embarrassment of his won't make for much of a weapon against him, but just how earnest is his heroic spirit, Archer. Alright. Let's also take a look at the gallery while we're here. We can take a look at all the SGs we've got. As well as the thing. Yeah. There's not much else here, and that's pretty much it. There are variations depending on the gender you choose. It doesn't matter, as long as you get the SG, you get the variations as well. Alright, I guess you can take a look at the Archer's SG. Toolmania. Archer's first SG, a peculiar fondness for the make of his tools and handling them with care. In Archer's case, you could say that he's one step away from being a military enthusiast. Whatever the case, he should be treated with care. While Archer may be heroic spirit of the bow, he is in truth a magus rather than a knight. He makes use of his magic known as projection, instantly reproducing and making any weapons. The numerous weapons Archer uses and copies from what he once saw and fought against. Projection magic can produce counterfeits out of mana. To bring it close to the real thing, he'd need to know its structure. Archer became a tool maniac for the sake of improving his precision with his magic, or so he claims. But he's got no such excuse with electrical appliances. Yeah.
アーチャーでいい。何どの道そう呼ぶほかあるまいさ。187センチ。
Yeah, you're pretty tall.
背は高い方だが、サーバントの中には化け物級のサイズも多い。
Oh, yeah.
自分ではあまり高身長とは思えないな。
I mean, compared to a normal Japanese person, you're pretty tall.
覚えていないな。そもそも、英霊となった時点で、そのあたりのパーソナルは捨てたも同然だ。マイルームの掃除だ。誰かさんには、片付けのスキルまで足りていないようだからな。
Right, and yeah. I think we also were talking about engines. Also worked with Mercury. It was like the primary engines we worked on were Mercury and Yamaha. The Mercury were pretty easy. They're like they at least to disassemble. They had every screw had numbers associated with things like that, so you really wouldn't lose them. It's kind of convenient, I will say. Pretty much every master is gathered in this council room. The only one out here is Jinako, who turned into a sentinel.
Ah, 来ましたね。
Of course I'm here. Where would I be?
お疲れとは思いますが、じき記憶の開封になりますので、呼びつけてしまいました。
I agree with the concerned Leo, saying I'm fine. Then I observe everyone again.
実に緊迫した空気。小生もさすがに黙っておる。ところでレオ会長、朝食はまだですかな?
Everyone, excluding Gato, has really sealed. We have forgotten these memories, obviously. These guys are nervous, wondering what truths were taken away from us by BB. Among them, I suddenly sensed Julius looking at me.
すまんな。
Mm-hmm.
俺がもっと早くジナコカリギリを捕捉していればいい。
I'm sure. Julius seems to feel responsible for what happened to Jinako.
それは兄さんの責任ではありません。元はといえば、ジナコさんを一人にしてしまった僕の責任です。叱責や追及は僕が受けるもの。兄さんはよくやってくれました。
そうだな。そう言ってもらえると、こちらもいろいろ助かる。
Perhaps relieved by Leo's words, Julius slightly smiles, but it's a little strange. Just now, the smile formed the lifted crease on his mouth wasn't one of joy, but more like...
ちょっと大丈夫なのシンジ？顔色と髪草みたいに真っ青よ。まさか履かないでしょうね。
うるさいな。髪が青いのは生まれつきだよ。
Yep.
僕は怖がってなんかない。お前たちに先を越されるのが嫌なだけだ。いいからさっさと済ませろよな。
膝が震えているぞシンジ。強がりは余計に恐れを生む。これ小生のように泰然と構えるがよい。
何言ってんだよ。あんたは体全体で震えてるじゃんか。超振動ピストンかっていうの。
いいな、これは無茶ぶるいである。ところでレオ会長、朝食はヤムチャというのはいかがですかな?
Thanks to Rin's loquacity, the mood in the student council room eased up a little. The same thought hangs over all of us. we reach afraid of our forgotten memories and we'll be like, however, we can't stay afraid forever. All the more if there are clues in them to help us figure out the truth.
記憶キューブの解放準備整いました。キアラさん、万が一に備えてのメンタルケアよろしくお願いします。
承知いたしております。暗号化された記憶の解放は容易でしょう。問題があるとしたらその後、皆さんがこの旧校舎で培われた束の間の思い出と取り戻された記憶、その双方がうまく融和しない不具合、深刻なコンフリクトを起こす事態になりましたら、それは実に厄介と申せますので、そのために私は控えております。
なるほど。最悪2つの表層人格が現れる事態もあるのですね。どうってことないわ。誰だって多かれ少なかれ性格の裏表はあるものだし。自分は自分よ。どっちだって飲み込んでやるわ。
A very typical decisiveness out of Rin, though I can see a bit of the same desperation as her as she was exposed.
ではオペレーションを開始します。皆さんできるだけ心を落ち着けて抵抗はしないでください。
Sakura's voice sounds firmer than usual. That instant. I saw fragmented yet vivid flashbacks of vivid battles. The seal's release finished quickly, far too abruptly. I instantly threw my guard up, despite feeling no pain or shock. The only thing that was my thoughts was sluggish, as if my brain had been numb, as if I was underwater. The yellow cry of my thoughts was slower compared to what it normally is. The act of simply remembering my own name exerts me. I get the impression of diving into the bottom of a pool and picking up a small coin. At the bottom of that pool, I can see a amount of fragments that weren't there before. Once I focus on my awareness, I pick up from the bottom of my thoughts. I see one, then another. Their visages, the ones I had overcome, returned to me. They're the people I defeated. I recall the figures of the competitors. I finished off by my own hand, as if it had all happened long ago. They included my friend Shinji beside me right now, the Green Archer's master, Alice the ghost, and the assassin Julius, who bore animosity towards me since the preliminaries. I regained memories of the Holy Grail War. I can still only recall bits and pieces, but I know for sure that I advanced for the 5th round. But that's everything. I can't recall my memories of the Holy Grail War, but anything before that, the me prior to the Holy Grail War, of the history of Hakuto Shinami, who decided to join this fight, and the reason I did so, it's all still removed from my memory.
大丈夫ですか？持ちこたえてください。
Somehow I endure the dizziness and reassure Sakura. Though our memories have now returned, not a single person exhibits a satisfied expression. Leo and Rin and the expressionless Rani are standing motionless, brows knitted. Well, except for one person.
そのバカ笑いをやめろ。ごったに宗教家は黙ってろよ。この
Shinji crumbles to his knees, holding his nausea down with his breathing groans harsh. My legs rush towards him without me telling them to. It surprised even me. Shinji looked at me, startled. From his gaze I felt a twinge of fear and despair.
無理もないわ。
僕の記憶の最終更新は5回戦の決戦後で停止しています。皆さんもその認識でよろしいですか？
私もそんな感じよ。決戦前か決戦後かはまだ曖昧だけど。私も同様です。
3回戦の記憶が曖昧ですが、部分部分ははっきりと確認できます。ですが、確認できるのは自分のレコードだけです。誰が誰と戦ったのかまでは思い出せません。
そのようですね。自分が誰と戦い誰を破ってきたかしか思い出せない。兄さんはどうですか？僕と足並みは一緒だったはずですが。
俺も5回戦までの記憶しかない。対戦相手は
Julius looked over towards me. Who was Julius' opponent in the 5th round? His stare alone served as plenty of answer to that.
そうですか。その結果は。
悪いが覚えていないな。お前はどうだ？俺との決戦を思い出せるか
？I shake my head negative. All I can remember is that I did end up fight Julius. According to my memory, something went on between since the 1st round. Julius was hostile talking to Shinami. All I remember is he detested me from the very beginning to the very end, considering me a threat to Leo that must be eliminated.
参りましたね。封印されていた記憶には BB の秘密なり弱点が隠されていると推測しましたが、これはただ単に僕たちの関係を円満に進めるための配慮だったようです。表の聖杯戦争では誰と誰が戦っていたのか、誰が敵で誰を殺したかったのか。確かにそんな記憶があったら僕らは協力し合ってはいなかった。いえ、
記憶が取り上げられていたのはこの旧校舎の平和を保つためだった。そういうことですか、レオ。
意図は分かりませんが、そう捉えるべきでしょう。それとも他に何か思い出した人はいますか？ BB の秘密や都合の悪い事実に思い当たる人がいたら挙手してください。
Not a single hand is raised. Everyone's equally silent, just because we all know is what happened to me. That said, I myself don't even know any of Hakuno Kishinami's personal details.
なんとなく分かってはいたんだ。分かってはいたんだよ。
Shinji?
記憶なんて取り戻したってしょうがないって。そんなもの忘れていた方が幸せだって。もう余計なことしやがって。どうするんだよ。こんなのどうすればいいんだよ。
Shinji isn't acting normal. His eyes are sunk, cheeks dropping, hair is disheveled. His shock is so great he's falling apart. At least, I should at least say something. What did you remember, Shinji? You're gonna torment your hair out, Shinji.
何が抜けるんだよ。現役でもっさもさなんだよ。
Nope, I have longer hair than you.
ハゲるとか年寄りのすることだろ。子供の僕には関係ない。
Right, this guy's 8 years old, I forgot.
クソクソクソ。いいよ、いいから放っておいてくれ。こんなはずじゃないんだ。僕はこんなはずじゃないんだから。
Shinji is covering his face with his hand, muttering to himself. Talking to him would hurt more than help. All I can do is leave him be for a while.
でもなんか引っかかるのよね。私の対戦相手3回戦と次の6回戦2通りあったような。
2通り？一度に2人と戦ったということですか？
うんうん、 そうじゃなくて2つのパターンがあった気がするのよ。例えば次の対戦相手は
Rin spoke up to that point, then suddenly fell silent. For a single instant, it was almost like I felt her glance towards me.
ミス登坂、記憶のデフラグがつかないようでしたらさくらに見てもらっては。
お構いなく。お気遣いどうも。お互いの経過を逐一突き合わせて腹探ししている時間もなさそうだし。
何か都合の悪いことでも？すみません、睨まないでください。気になっているのはジナコさんですね。
そう、私ジナコのことを全く記憶していなかった。他人のレコードは思い出せないにしても校舎で誰とすれ違ったかはきっちり思い出せる。なのにジナコとは一度も会っていないのよ。他のメンツは？聖杯戦争でジナコを見たことある人いる？
Everyone identically shakes their heads. Now that you mention it, it's strange. Jericho's the one who of the masters who joined the Holy Grail War too. How? Among this many masters, did no one else see her even once?
まあ、挙動不審の塊だからね、あの子。結局、本人から聞き出さないとか。
If only there could be the slightest bit of information on Jinako. Thinking so, I go to ask about her kidnapping, then to Julius. At the same moment.
結論の出ない議論はスイーツですか？当然スイーツに決まってますよね。もちろんスイーツに決まってますよね。
Our voices immediately get out. Like a goldfish in a bowl, Shinji's mouth repeatedly flaps open and shut. It was something we haven't expected, a large-scale hack by BB. The student council collectively sighs, displeased by the nonsensical meddling, and keep quiet.
その調子です。ナイスランチ、ナイスシュガー、ナイスカラメリック。甘くてほろ苦いモラトリアムを永遠に満喫してください。BB チャンネル始まりです。モニターの前の皆さん、こんばんは。ムーンセルでブクマナンバー1の愉快コンテンツ BB チャンネルの時間です。司会はおなじみ小悪魔 BB ちゃん。視聴者はワンカップな水たまりでお遊戯に夢中なメダカの皆さんです。そろそろこの番組構成マンネリですか？でも相変わらず番組中の発言権は先輩だけです。なのでいい加減暴れても無駄だって分かってくださいね。そこの残念系ワカメとかもう言い訳ましたから、虫は虫でも同類な餌になるしかない最底辺の虫けらワカメさん。
You're sticking with the seaweed. BB insults do warrant some ire, even if it's for the wrong reason. Since we're getting used to this excitement, I'm just not because of the studio's bizarre ambience. Even I can tell she's actually, how she's actually enjoying this from the bottom of her heart. I can feel it. Take Gato, for example. He's talking about every second of this. Most likely because he's an airhead, but still. As for BB, the sense of refinement is more than I can bear. It's almost painful to look at her.
ひしひし感じるグランマ目線。先輩のそんな脇しび顔なんて見たくありません。もっともっと泣き出しそうなマジでマジ泣き5秒前の絶望チックなポロッポロ笑顔がお似合いですよ。まあそんなダサイクルも本日限りで打ち止めです。お次は出口無用攻略不能行列のできる人気迷宮ですから。 というわけで今回の BB チャンネル噂の迷宮のボス、最近話題のセンチネルさんの正体にズバリ迫ります。わあ、誰なんでしょう。全然わかりません。先輩の知ってる人かもですし、予想だにしない人かも。はっ、発売日も延期したことだし、まさかコストムシムシ驚愕の新キャラ。
Yeah, and she's not gonna be.
ステマオツ。
Yeah.
ジーナコさんはバトル側の人間じゃないんで、それだけ釘刺しに来たっす。ボスとか攻略とか関係ないっす。
センチネルはジナコさんでした。さすが平常運転のやる気ゼロ。ちなみにスラッシュはパイスラッシュのスラッシュです。
好きでパイスラッシャーやってるわけじゃないっす。ああ、でも絶壁無双のラニさんならパイスカッシャーっすね。
What does that feel? Well, I can't see or hear next to me. I can just sense that Ronnie's staring down at her own chest with a perplexed look right about now. All that aside, I guess our next opponent is going to be Jinako. Jinako looks away, as not to make eye-contact.
私はこれで十分っすね、BB さん。今後は一切ノーコメントっす。こんな無理ゲー関わっちゃダメっす。かまってちゃんはスルーが大原則っす。
Jinako, wait. It seems the transmission ended. But right before she vanished, she looked right at, over me, over here.
はい、お疲れ様。自分でスカウトしておいてなんですが、ぶっちゃけジナコさんには期待していません。隠れスペック高いアピールとかもそろそろ鬱陶しいですし、攻略不可能対象とか分かりやすくしてほしいのです。ですが彼女の護衛だけが正真正銘長級のサーバント。エビでメガロドンを釣るとはこのこと。同じ金でもどこかの金ピカさんと違って働き者と来ていますし、ジナコさんにはもったいないサーバントと評判です。ああ、でも彼女のウェハーなプライドのためにフォローすると、実際ウォールの素材としては最高ですよ。バッキバキに屈折していますからね、ジナコさん。それに比べたらBB ちゃんのレーザーよりも一本道のどこまでもまっすぐな構成明大さに感謝してください。構成明大とか言っちゃいました、私。そっか、話し合いもありですよね。どうしましょうか先輩。うまくすれば取引とかできちゃいますよ。
So hearing her say that, seeing that she clearly intends not to, I rolled up my fist. My rolled up fist started shaking on its own. I had to head to the labyrinth right away and save Chinako. But why is this program running unbelievably for the 5th time? I haven't the faintest idea what BB is thinking. She may have gone rogue, but she's up to something. Cutting a deal? What is BB after? To become the main heroine. In a way, it's correct. BB isn't enough of a heroine. So basically, I plan to give her a new start by, like, pulling together the efforts of the student council to bolster her.
いや、それは無謀に過ぎる。ちょっと面白そうではあるが、すでに破棄された道だ。
Yeah.
しつけのなっていないサーバントです。そんなに BB チャンネルの営業を妨害するなら、次は1対1の BB の部屋でお待ちしていますからね、先輩。
As always, sitting through this BB time slot is rougher than holding your breath for a while. But Hakuno doesn't seem to feel that bad about that, does she? Pretty much get her sense of humor now. If one is going to get suppressed, then they might as well be comfortable doing it. You have to ultimately approve of everything, but we'll reject everything that is useless. Incredible, Leo, nothing gets to you. Thank you very much, despite who I am. If it were for the pursuit of the exclusively agreement with BB Channel, I might just flip out. Did everyone make it out alright? Shami, are you okay? The circus was especially demanding on you. Thanks, Sakura. Everyone else was like a spectator, but I was like a guest invited on stage and made to partake in this absurdity. I'm completely worn out. No surprise. Honestly, I can sympathize. For up to me, I definitely would have high-kicked her in the face. But I'm sure that at that moment she would make an example out of me by pausing me and spitting me the camera like crazy. Baby, she scares me. No, that wouldn't be the end of it. After she'd play secret footage when I was in the labyrinth, I would die if that happened. I would quietly retire, or maybe the only choice would become BB's lackey and destroy everything. If the Miss Osaka from back when she was a domineering, psyched-up boss stood before this Miss Osaka, I'm sure she would lose it. Even when viewed objectively, it's cruel. One could certainly call it a maiden's hell. Damn voyeur! Who could say the exact same thing to you? Alright now, let's calm down you two. As members of the student council, we should be intellectuals about this, okay? Anyway, Chinako is our focus right now. And like with alter egos, our goal this time is to defeat her. But rescue is not to defeat her, but to rescue her. One moment. Shipgato, what happened to, do you happen to know Shinji? Huh? As soon as the guy was freed from BB's hack, he flew off to the council room. Gato, he couldn't have gone into the labyrinth again. This is bad. How can we can talk later? Exploring the labyrinth as well, but please, be somewhat prompt in collecting Chief Gato. I believe the creature would likely be fend for himself fine, but we have no choice. He's a member of the student council room like us. Well, knowing Gato, he probably should be okay. If we were to passion it would be one thing, but our opponent this time is Shinako. Don't bother rushing things. Please make exploring the labyrinth your main priority. Gato, everyone's clearly worried about him, so why are they again disrespecting him? At this rate, let's hit the labyrinth. Unlike the rest of us staff here, I have to take this seriously. And to help my fellow peon. Alright. Hey, here's the provisions. And about your memories, I know everyone's having a hard time right now, but please keep being careful. Alright, so the CCC route doesn't continue on this part because she's here. It's gonna be on the second floor of Chinako's palace, I guess you could say.
Master.
Hakuno, no, master. He abruptly called me to stop. After giving me a weird vibe as he started acting all formal, he folded his arm and stares at me with a blank expression. Thought you may still need to put some pieces in order, but it seems you have your memories back. How can I tell? Well, of course I can tell. Who do you think I am? I'm the servant who fought beside you this whole time. I can tell how my contractor is doing with just a glance. For the most part, I was also kinda concerned-ish. I can't be very optimistic about your present state, but at the very least relax my nerves a bit. Just, let me have a good look at your face. So Archer says and lowers his shoulders, perhaps relieved. That's right, I'm not the only one who's feeling uneasy. I express my gratitude with a thanks. A wide smile comes across Archer's stern face, and just for a moment I got to see an innocent smile. Yep, this guy is a crafty one. Come on. Whatever you were lacking should start coming back from now. Whether you like it or not, keep it up, master. Yeah, same to you. We both give each other a quick bow. That's sweet. I will say, I think I've said it before, but I do like Archer and Hakuno's relationship. I think it's cute. Listen to this, Kishami. I was just digging in the ground to skip and all, but all you know, there's an entire ocean under us. Even a teacher did a double take, with this revelation, and looks like it will be pretty rough to tackle it, so... Kishami, commence a Tiger Quest. Teachers thinking maybe you can escape and swim through the electronic sea under their school. That's why I want Kishami to bring me a tool for swimming across the entire electronic sea, as soon as possible, please. Alright, that is in the third floor, actually. So, yeah, not much we can do there. Let's just talk to Ederson here.
どこまで仲間に恵まれていないんだお前は。事実は小説よりきなりか。ドキュメンタリーは畑違いだが、お前を題材にするのなら少しは筆が乗りそうだな。
アンデルセン、彼女は真剣にジナコさんを案じているのです。それを何ですか、もっとひどい目に遭わないか、さらなる裏目を引かないかなどと期待するなんて、本当に辛い話です。抗えば抗うほどハマっていく。底なし沼に飲まれた美少女の苦悩は禁断の蜜のよう。私もずぶりと溺れてしまいたい。
Buddy, relax.
いろいろすまんな。人間禁欲生活が長いと反動が大きくなる。この女の頭がここまでとは想像の拉違いだ。今の失言は忘れてもらうには違う話で塗り替えるしかあるまい。さて今回は何を題材にするか。そうだな、これまでの女どもの話をするか。どのバカの話が聞きたい？
Jinako is the one we need to know about this. Alright, since you're offering, let's talk about Jinako.
ジナコ・カリギリ、用務員室に住む電脳警備員、年齢不詳、経歴不明。サーバントはランサー、戦闘経験はゼロ、ウィザードとしての実力は並以下。しかしウエストのサイズなら女性マスターの中でも最強、そしておそらく腐っている。
I see. What? That was it?
これ以上に何が必要だ。よもやあの肉布団の趣味や性癖を知りたいとでも言うのか。先物買いにも程があるぞ。どれほど贅沢に育てられ最高品質になっても豚肉は豚肉だ。そら。
なぜ私を見るのです？
この通り牛の凶悪さには到底及ばん。まあ牛も牛で腹にもたれるのでよくはないのだが、やはり鳥が最高だ。栄養素こそ低いがフォルムの美しさは打肉の中でも飛び抜けている。俺は断然鳥派だな。
What's this guy talking about? That's when it sort of hit me. Why are the clans she won't fight? I wonder if the servant really does have no utility. Alright, we basically got asked for Jinako to get the Karna matrix there. And now we got this thing as an extra. Fairy tales and picture books like this shelf, line the shelf. I recalled reading The Little Mermaid a few days ago, so I scanned the shelves wondering if Anderson had written anything else. Here's one, The Emperor's New Clothes. There's once an emperor who fought too much of dressing well and owned a great many clothes. One day, two swindlers arrived claiming to be weavers and said they could manufacture a cloth that the stupid cannot see. Although the emperor and his vassal could not see the cloth, they dreaded the thought of being stupid and praised this cloth that could not be seen. At last the clothes were finished, the king donned them and attended the parade, when a child saw it and exclaimed, "The emperor is naked!" I'm feeling a lot of irony in this. Anderson did say the stories he wants to write are different from the stories he must write, but The Emperor's New Clothes is something I would expect from Anderson. For that reason, I should ask that twisted writer compose this tale. If I break in between explorations... You read The Emperor's New Clothes, right? Alright, good. Let's get to the test. You see what that hopeless woman over there? Tell me straight, what do you think of her? Look carefully at her body. Make sure you purposely disregarded her before, but you're going to spit out the honest truth right now. Let me tell you her street sizes. From the top, 96, 58, 86. She's so devious and to describe. Yep, Anderson. Come on, look at this obscene body and tell me what you think. Shout out your thoughts for your chest, no holding back. I just gotta put on the side spot very unexpectedly, but I might as well humor Anderson. I've been trying to say this ever since we first met. Chiara Szechuan's figure is why is the dress slit between the legs? The thing is, see, everyone here has a unique character. A simple nun doesn't really stand out, you know. I mean, on the contrary, because if you were dressed like a normal nun, you would pretty much stand out. I am a woman, so I want to show off just a little. Be adventurous, be young and foolish. Woohoo! Who's young and foolish? You're a woman in her mid to late 20s. How many youths have you enslaved with those legs of yours? If you're going to pretend to be a saint, then riding those humongous breasts of yours, ring out those humongous breasts of yours first, huh? No problem, right? You are a cow. This is insufferable, man. Why is it that all you have to say are these embarrassing, and embarrass others? No, I get it. Sometimes you've hurt, I suppose. Anderson makes a completely valid point, but I have to sympathize with Yara here. Apparently, the moral of the book is learn to take a hint. Anyways, explaining every single detail would have been silly, so I asked I asked that in order to recreate the Emperor's clothes. It turned out to be surprisingly dull. This is more a dialogue to have read Tosaka. In any case, thanks for reading again. If you read it, I'm sure you understand. I'm a pessimist at heart. Whether you're good or bad, someone else or myself, I hate everyone. Enough that I criticize myself for my 70 disgraceful years of life. I would have been better if living up half as long. Please don't ask a guy like that about what his work means. Why would you even answer honestly? A pessimist. It's true that Anderson considers one of the three best writers in the world. Didn't exactly have a bright and happy upbringing. Still, he lived in the spam of an entire natural life, despite constantly drowning in despair. I don't think he ever tried to take his own life. Yeah, that's right. I absolutely disgraceful of me, however. A person's life has its uses. Wherever one goes naturally or by accident, one needs to get the most out of the moment of their death. But I ended up missing my chance to die at the right time. Damn, my life is one big regret. How could I mess up the timing of my own demise? I was left a ghost, simply living out of habit. Thanks to that, I'm still tormented by women even after death, even though my preferences skew way younger. I'm the one being tormented here. Hakuno dear, let's leave it at that. I'm happy to see you have taken interest in my servant, but as you can see, he's a perverted contrarian. Knowing more about him will bring you no benefit to you. You have to consider that he may not be worth your time. Kiara politely ends the conversation. Sure, I didn't get anything out of this, but I'm curious about Anderson's past. Just a little more and I'll fill up his matrix. So when I have time, I'll go look for more of his works. And there we go. Alright, let's go into the schoolyard and let's go inside the school building. The school, not the school building, the 10th floor. Shall we?
今回は面倒でなければいいが、いや、望むべくもないか。
Yeah, so the next infirmary visit is after the next school meeting, but before heading into the second floor, basically. It's whenever Sakura is not in the student council, you just go to the library, to the infirmary, and she's there. So there's that. Also, before I forget, let's switch up the slot of Osiris with that one. Here we are again. Last time this is where we fought Jinako, who had become a sentinel. And you announced it's a sign I didn't see before. Written on it is a generic plain font of a short message. To the left is an ordinary treasure chest, to the right is a dead end. Exploring is super pointless, so go away already. Now we're here, try looking for Jinako. We find a suspicious sign. This labyrinth too, it seems to be reflecting the mind of the woman who became its core. I confirm sighting of a shield. In order to progress a certain floor, I'll be necessary to acquire Jinako's SG. Of course this would happen. Oh well, Rani and I went through this, so I won't take any complaint from Jinako. Haku, get go clearing the labyrinth. Jinako's offshoot is definitely hiding. Find her and drag her out. Don't hold back. So that's how it's going to be again, huh? I won't object since I'm half ready for this, but still, what's the point of this sign, I wonder? It's very much like a game champ would arrange things, which means a treasure chest thing is something we need to fear as a trap, like in the game. Safety first, master. Let's go anyways.
Hold.
I know this is like a dead end here, but let's fight this guy for the XP, shall we? There we go. Let's level up. Yep. Of course there's no treasure. Really, it's a dead end.
目をつむっていても勝てる相手だ。始めよう。
There we go. We don't find many of these. That's why we don't have many patterns of the guy. Other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Oops, that's not wrong button. Just go the other way. Come on.
目をつむっていても勝てる相手だ。始めよう。甘いな。甘いな。甘いな。
There we go.
9大点だな。あれくらいの手合いには常に前線したいものだがね。
Yeah. Let's just open the treasure.
きちんと管理しておくように。ホールド。
Makes sense since she has a return crystal here. She doesn't want us here, so she put that so we can go away.
ま、なんてするさ。見えているぞ。
There we go.
少しは勘が戻ったか。長生きしたければ相手は選ぶことだ。ま、今更の忠告だがね。
So this wasn't a dead end. I went down the path to the right of the sign, but it continues normally. This is a pretty sloppy attempt at railing us, but it wouldn't be some sort of cipher, could it? Nah, it really isn't. Here is this boring old dungeon, only one type of enemy, so go away already. It really isn't. It's gonna be a pretty clever thing, I will say. Yeah, the enemy is different visually than what it was.
ま、なんとか。気がつくじゃないか。
But this guy's like a tank, so it's gonna take a bit of a while to get him.
そんなものかね。流れはつかんでいるよ。
Again, pretty much a tank, so
どこまで鈍っているんだ。
luckily we have this just to fully heal our shit whenever we feel like it, so not much of a problem there. And that's it. These guys almost feel like mini bosses in a way.
9大点だな。切り抜けた。このレベル差は厳しいな。
Not really.
手早
These
く
guys are
片付けるぞ。
particularly easy right now, so just beat them up.
浅はかだな。少しは勘が戻ったか。あれくらいの手合いには常に前線したいものだがね。
Alright, so this one is beyond here is a maze with a little hidden passage to go away. No trespassing here, go home already. I think this one is the wrong way, so let's go here. Check. Yeah, this one there's no labyrinth, it's just a straight path. There's no chance in hell you can beat this enemy, so go away already. Yeah, I can see the pattern forming already of what this dungeon is, really.
目をつむっていても勝てる相手だ。
There we go. Hey, we got more patterns on the
少しは
guy.
勘が戻ったか。あれくらい。もう一声。プレイヤーの意欲を上げてほしいが。
Nah, we're good with this type of challenge. No need to be more difficult.
ホールド。目をつむっていても勝てる相手だ。ま、するさ。
Awesome. Yep, there we go.
くらいの手合いには常に前線したいものだがね。
Since Shineko is a boy, there's no need to worry, so go away already. Yet again, there's a usual sign. There's a single shut the door behind it. Gotta get the fifth key to open this door, so go away already. The fifth key, she says, getting fed up with her immaturity. Seems now that I was terribly stupid to suspect this was a cipher based on how the words looked and they were arranged. The door disappointingly opened, half expected it. Of course there's no fifth key in my inventory, which means the door was just a sham. Oh great, looks like I hardly even need to comment on what the hidden history of this lair is. As Archer writes, the hidden history of this labyrinth, I'm starting to get a good idea what it is too. But beyond this door, which opens so simply, I think there's a long journey ahead of palpable and further depth. Somewhat, yeah. Let me see. No, there's nothing here for now.
仕掛ける。無駄遣いはしない。始めよう。浮かせてもらう。
There we go, pretty easy that one. And we got more pattern open. Almost level 11 now.
もっとうまい嘘なかったのかしらね。騙す意味もなく。
きちんと管理しておくように。
Yeah, it's up there. We're gonna get there eventually.
こんなものだろう。一攫千金なんて夢は見ないさ。
There's no treasure or save point up ahead, so go away already. Now there is a treasure over there. Yeah, as you can see, there's nothing here. Just gonna. Yeah, better not. Can save here. There we go. Mr. Mid-Boss has been lured up and ready to go. He's crazy strong, so go home already. Nah, no worries about that. It's just a peeper. Yeah, we're almost there. Oops, now that one.
もう一声。プレイヤーの意欲を上げてほしいが。
Jeanette was an elite gamer. Her parents were wealthy winners who didn't need to work, so go away, loser. Anyways, there is I think there's a hidden path we can take, but let's just take this one. Again, it gives us more XP. God damn, really? There you go. Independent action. Slightly HP restoration at the end of battle. Pretty useless in boss fights, pretty good in normal fights out here. Yeah, this is the, yeah, you can just go through here to get the, skip that fight, but it's always good to just, fight them either way, and get more XP that way. Why do the enemies never end lol? Just go away already.
ホールド 切り込む
There we go.
9大点だな次から次へとキリがないな
Pretty much at the end of the labyrinth. Almost there.
ついてこれるかま、なんだうるさそんなものかね行かせてもらう俺だやるものだ火の打ちどころがないな単なる勝利だいちいち固執するな気を入れ直して
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty easy, just a bunch of normal enemies. This guy might be a bit more difficult, but nothing really to worry about. Almost there, just need that should be enough. Maybe not actually, damn it. Alright. Next.
手早く片付けるぞ。ま、なん
Probably incorrect, but let's see it anyways. Yep, it's incorrect as hell.
見えているぞ。どこまで鈍っているんだ。切り込むか。気がつくじゃないか。見えているぞ。行かせてもらう。
There we go.
少しは勘が戻ったか。だいぶ力をそがれているな。きちんと管理。害はないが気がめいるな。お粗末すぎるぞ。ジナコカリギリ。
Direct linear straight. Always best to be honest. So stop. Go away already.
ホールド。
Yeah, she kind of tricks us with that one. You have to go to the most indirect path, meaning this one. Come here.
目をつむっていても勝てる相手だ。切り込む。
There we go.
やるものだ。火の打ちどころがないな。長生きしたければ相手は選ぶことだ。
Then go.
ま、今更の忠告だがね。
There we go. Yeah, you have to go like way around. Nothing up ahead. Just go. Give up. We'll go away already. And honestly, you can just
その先に BB の反応があります。
do
ええ
this.
嘘です。ちょっと便乗しました。
この高い蝶は
Yeah, we can just do this and skip those guys. Honestly. The sensation that we reach a considerable depth in the labyrinth. Yeah, another sign appears, which I'm tired of at this point. But this one has a hint of weight to it. Enter beyond this point, and don't forget. Enter beyond this point, and you're dead. This is for real. Don't forget to save. Enter, and we die. Die, she says. I felt that gulp after reading the sexually blunt message. Archer's demure expression and is staying silent. This is for real part being written in red gets the idea across. Well, this sucks. I get up and turn to Archer for advice. What do we do? Taking the sentinel system too far into consideration, BB hasn't given any of the authority of the forced life or death. In any case, this would contradict the reason for the labyrinth's existence. Thus, this message, like the other signs, is a lie. If anything, I would guess that we may lose a valuable opportunity by idling here and losing time. Though I will be lying to say I'm not nervous. I'm the one who's self-contradicting myself. What do I do? Jump in head first. Nothing happens. It was just an ordinary everyday path. There you have it. Just as expected. I'm good at picking up dead ends. Alright, we have these guys. Excuse me, will you? Ah, damn it, he still saw me. Oh well, it's no problem, I guess. Yeah. Chinook is being manipulated, so it's not her fault. So please leave her alone already. Leave me alone already. Yeah, I'm not saying. I do like this path, the little dinosaur here. Alright, Chinako, time to end this little game. Chinako is panicking. I was on alert because she might be teleporting away, but it seems that she can't this time around. Which finally means the end of this long irritating floor. We meet at the start of trying to fool us into cringeworthy way.
ここまでの迷宮の看板がどう見てもジナコのものだったわけだが。
ああ、全然信じてないっすね。仕方ないっす。実際これ全部無理やり言わされてて、自分もいい迷惑で。そうっす。ジナコさんは見えざる神の手に操られてるっす。僕は利用されているだけっす。確かにあの看板はジナコさんプロデュースっすけど、それが迷惑になるなんて全然想定外で。ほんのちょっとした手違いでこれっぽっちの悪意もないっす。
My head's starting to hurt more and more, but if we can settle things without fighting, I agree that would be the best outcome.
分かってくれたっすか？ほんと角違いっすよ。だからその物騒なサーバントとか引っ込めるっす。
I get it then. Kindly hand over USG.
無理っす。敗北。それは自滅を意味するっす。ギブアップしたらそこでゲーム終了っす。この僕はジナコの中でも一番の人気者。比較的社交性に満ちたジナコさんなのです。つまりこの先に控えるジナコーズはどいつもこいつも恥ずかしさの決心。なんとしても僕で食い止めたいのです。そもそもジナコさん SG とか全然見当もつかないっす。なんすかそれ、辛いっすか？知らないものは渡せないっすね。
それは虫が良すぎるというものだろう。
Oh hey Karna. Chinako frightened shrinks back, and at the same time her lance makes her appearance. The sense of who is in control completely shifts. I sense Archer gets defensive and nervously stirs at the gulping a dry throat.
カルナさん、出てきてくれなんて頼んでないっしょ。
それも本心とは乖離した言葉だぞ。 主。彼らも相応の危険と残された時間という対価を支払い迷宮に挑んだのだ。帰れと言われてただで帰る道理はないだろう。すまないな。不甲斐なき我が主人に代わってこれの不覚と不慮を詫びよう。
Saying that, Lancer gently closes his eyes. That was an apology, I suppose. I felt no offense or arrogance in it. He's downcast and truly remorsefully so. He had a purely dazzling, straight attitude for one who was baptized clean of the many perky signs we faced.
この迷宮もまた空爆なばかりで、本質はジナコ狩り切りのお部屋と大差はない。壮大な無駄と皮下脂肪のもとに成り立っている。探し物を見つけるには、洗い物の山から未着用の下着を引きずり出すに匹敵する恐るべき難行になるだろう。同情しよう。
さっきから言いたい放題っすね。あんたはどっちの味方っすか？
肉体的にはお前の味方だ。
精神的には味方と言ってほしかったっす。だったらマハーバラタだかヨガカレーだか知らないけど、マイナーな英霊なりに私の役に立ってみせてよ。
仰せとあらば答えよう。ただでは帰れぬ客人だ。せめて俺の槍を味わっていけ。
This bumps tingle over my skin. Unconscious with a gentle closing remark, he swells in that instant with a fighting spirit.
普段より一歩余計に下がってくれマスター。どうやら背後に気を配る余裕はなさそうだ。
Oh yeah. It's the usual one-turn battle.
準備運動と思えばいいさ。
くだらない宿業だ。
Bro really needs to stop getting hunched over like that.
ついてこれるか。
One-turn battle. Alright, we're full on health, so let's just, oh, no, that one. This one. There we go.
匂いは覚えたな。行け。
梵天よ、血を発せ。
匂いは覚えたな。行け。食らいつけ。フルンディング。
自動ブドウ MOD。
匂いは覚えたな。行け。
真の英雄は目で殺す。
Ah, damn it. Okay, thank God we can try the battle, so... Yeah, that was just unfortunate there. Alright, so...
梵天よ、血を発せ。
真に無欠にして盤石か。真に無欠にして盤石か。
自動ブドウ MOD。
梵天よ、血を発せ。
Yep, we're good. We're good.
気がつくじゃないか。核翼3年叩き込む。核翼3年叩き込む。
Alright, there we go.
圧倒的、ひたすら圧倒的。この強さ、 カルナさんはもはやランサーなんて地味なクラスじゃないっす。目からビームも出すし、そう、僕のサーバントは特別性、ビームの英霊ランチャーっす。
ランサー、それでいいのか。構わないという顔だな。そうか。
仕方あるまい。これも特殊な性癖の主を持った俺の運命だ。今後はランチャーで構わない。
そしてこの物分かりの良さ、しかもとどめは刺さないもったいぶりとか、強者のゆとりってやつっすね。
手心を加えたつもりはない。もとより一息で討ち取っていい相手ではあるまい。相手の力量のほどを主人に見せた上で再度判断を仰ぐべきと結論したまでだ。
Strong, so sharp and so heavy. I've forgotten what it was like to fight a real heroic spirit since coming to the far side of the moon. It's unfair how accurate he is, how cut and dry and mercifully he is, and one more fierce move he completely exposed all my own weaknesses.
これだけ余裕ぶってニコリともしないって何なの？心がたわしでできてるの？とにかく勝ったには違いないっしょ。なんだ強いじゃないの、私のサーバント。強いじゃないカルナ。これなら私自分にご褒美してもいいね。とっときのジャージンプリンだよね。
構わないが、水槽のマナティーがアザラシになったところで BB は気にすまい。それより先ほどから随分と字が露出してきたようだが、それはいいのか、我が師。
Fighting stabs at my left arm intermittently, the sign of an SG. It's clearly reacting to Junako and launchers at back and forth. Their overwhelming dominance had conversely weakened my mental wall. I can't afford to miss this perfect chance to provoke her. Junako hasn't used a single calorie, huh?
頭脳ワーキングっすよ。カルナさんはパシリっす。セルといえど、いやだからこそ思考には多大なカロリーを費やすんす。言わせんな恥ずかしい。元から筋肉で思考してるガトーのおっさんならどうか知らないっすけど。
It's a rout. We don't feel like Pinman anymore.
じゃあ負けを認める？そっか。だったら最初からこんな凝った準備する必要なんかなかった。もっとシンプルでよかった。中ボスも小ボスも限界まで経験値稼ぎしてからアタックとか、つい作業プレイにはまっちゃう。私の悪い癖だ。
That's right. There's a habit of hers. Everything on this floor was devised by Junako. Now I'm starting to get the SG is about. Junako's words always wrapped up in a shell, however. Suddenly they're all obvious lies.
お粗末な嘘で悪かったね。強い人にはどうせわからない。そんなものでも私には必要だったんだ。私もあなたも傷つかないで済む嘘ならそれでいいでしょう。
The truth is, you wanted to find me to find out.
違うっつうの。
The truth is, she wanted me to find out those lies were like the key to a room of truth. Everyone lies. Everyone who doesn't lie is probably someone who has nothing dear to themselves. Junaka Karagiri is different. She's definitely something. There's definitely something important to her.
何それ。大切なものを持っている。私が。バカじゃないの。これだからが緊張。鬱陶しくて青臭いんだ。何も分かってない。何も苦しんでいない。大切なものを守るための嘘。そんなの恵まれた勝ち組の余裕発言だっていうの。嘘つくしかない。積み重ねた嘘そのものが大切な自分になっちゃう人間だっているんだ。私には大切なものなんてない。私には誇れる自分なんてない。私はもう嘘つきだから。
Having her secret exposed, Jinako offshoot vanishes. Kana silently guards his vanished master. And off he goes. We finished extracting your SG, now the shield should be released. But out of all SGs I extracted so far, this one left the worst aftertaste.
次のフロアの軌道を確認しました。まだやはり隠された SG があるようです。戻って、休息が必要よ。ところでレオ、ガトーはどこに行ったの？もしかして戻ってきてる？
彼でしたら同じそうにいますよ。帰還の術も尽きたまま。どうやら看板のメッセージにことごとく引っかかってはハマりを繰り返すうちにだいぶ出遅れたようですね。
はあ？付き合いがいいっていうか、疑うこと知らないっていうか。
兄さん、花壇に水をやるついでで良いので、ガトー団長に迷宮クリアの情報と帰還用のクリスタルを届けてもらえますか？
了解した。皇帝の整備のついでにだな。
Gato, I wonder if he's alright. There's one more person who's thoroughly adept with people. Shiniko's servant, Launcher. Though I even look at like we managed to turn this bad situation around, the fact of the matter is that Karna's confidence hasn't broken in the slightest. So the best thing we could do is if Jinako gave up and started being honest. Nothing will come out of thinking over this alone. Let's start by going back to my own room. Alright, and that is that.
ラストだ。気を抜くなよ。ここまで。
Hey Julius, how's it going? Oh, it's you. Good job exploring. Just about to head out to bring Gato back. Don't really need to repeating this, but be sure to get some rest. If your body once starts to fail, I mean a disaster in whatever you do. Indeed.
次のセンチネルはジナコ・カリギリか。彼女もまた手強そうだな。しかし BB の手際の良さだけは称賛に値する。次から次へとよく手駒を用意するものだ。
Archer's right. With the oh my god. With the way all these sentinels keep lining up to produce labyrinths, I worry we'll end in sight. Can we truly clear the labyrinth and turn to the near side of the moon once and for all?
時にマスター、君の好みのタイプは誰だ？
What makes you ask that, Archer?
何？くだらない雑談だ。学生時代はこういう話題で盛り上がるものだろ？おあつらい向きに放課後を思わせる木造校舎だ。舞台設定としては十二分だと思うがね。
I wonder if he's trying to have a change of place since I've been so down. The archer you know stumbles in the back on the back pedal, a smile slip on out of me. I wouldn't hurt to play along for a bit.
具体例があった方がいいな。では、レオ、ユリウス、ガトー。
Are you gonna ask someone else?
それと一応、的を真司も入れておくか。この中に君のタイプはいるのかな？
Looking at it from a strictly innocent lens, I suppose Yeah, of course Archer is also there. Let's just go for everyone again, shall we?
レオか。君は湘南趣味だったのか。
Phrasing, sir, phrasing. He's got that upper class vibe, but that intellect, that handsome feature, that money. I mean, there's a lot of us to consider there.
なるほど。ただしイケメンに限ると。そう慌てなくてもいいさ。人の好みに口を出す気はないからね。
Ah, he turned it against me. But else smug grin on his face, the servant is not one to be reckoned with. Alright, let's just go with Julius.
ユリウスか。確かに、ああいう影を追った感じの男性は女性に好まれやすいだろうな。
And so the brief chat continued. Not much there. Gato.
あの男に女性受けするところは何一つ見つけられないのだが。うん。筋肉か？筋肉なのか？
Yep, just insulting Gato as usual. Shinji.
マトウシンジか。確かに設定では学園の人気者だったな。将来性に欠けるという点ではありか。
And I guess finally we have Archer.
おや、世辞が随分と上手くなったな。だが残念ながら空振りだ。
A switch flipped off from within me. I glared at Archer and took a look back and say, seriously? This is more no mere flattery. Use my type, the Archer type.
それはその本気で言っているのか？
Uh-huh. Seriously, super seriously, giga seriously.
そうか。すまない。
Mm-hmm.
あまり面と向かって言われたことがないのでね。
You're more used to tsundere is right.
そのありがとうと言うべきなのかな。
Maybe it's just me, but Archer looks a little flushed behind the ears. That was a rather curious sight to see. Looks like he falls apart in the face of such direct approaches. And so the brief chat continues. Going to Archer's no-nonsense conversation has proven itself a healthy diversion. In any day and age, people usually get excited talking about their likes and dislikes, it seems.
その好きだ嫌いだで人を選べるうちが花だと思うがね。私のように召喚されたらどんなマスターであれ拒否権のないサーバントもいる。そうは思わないか、マスター。
So basically, I guess he's not pleased that he got stuck with me for a master. Geez, what can they call this? Being polite, patronizing, or what? This is a servant who isn't even honest about his true feelings, but I know he's kind, in his awkward way. Not verbalizing my gratitude for him, I savor the fortune of having gotten stuck with this servant. And that is that. Karna. The hero of the charity, exalted by the Mahabharata, the archival of the great hero Arjuna. I expected him to have a bow, but I guess we have to chalk him to being summoned as a lancer as one of the Holy Grail War system's peculiarities. And yet, something feels off about him. Ever since the beginning, he was a lot different from who I thought he was. No, I'm not trying to say at this point that Jinoko, Karigiri, and Karna are conspiring to deceive us as to who he really is. To be honest, he's out of my league. He may be better off with just some training on buttering up Jinoko. Kidding, don't get so tickled. What the fuck did I just read? Tickled? What? Tilted. We'll think of something after a night's sleep. Next time, I'll have his prim face something to frown about. Archer clenches his fist tight, ready for a rematch with Karna. Seeing him like this is really reassuring. Karna may be a formidable adversary, but he's still likely to have some weak spots we can act on. After all, we fought against superior enemies countless times, and we overcome them all. This situation isn't enough to get us down, and it won't, although... What's wrong? Can't sleep? I'll give you some advice about anything you're worrying about. Well, looking at your expression, I can guess you're worrying over the memories you've got back, right? Nothing gets past Archer. The reason I can't relax is because I have yet to sort out the contents of the memories I've got back. Memories of the Holy Grail War came back to me. But even so, I can't recall the crucial reason I'm fighting, what kind of wizard I am, and for what purpose did I seek the Holy Grail. My background, my life, so to speak. I can't recall my pedestal for existence that gives rise to the uneasiness of the mind even now. Who knows? Maybe I simply forgot what I actually was some crazy bad person. Okay, yeah, I guess I could be. I'm in a far-off world in a completely different dimension. He wasn't played along with me since he was the very beginning. Although Archer seems to unquestionably trust Hakunik Shinami, precisely because he does, is why he doesn't understand why this is so painful for me. Even if I'm a bad person, before I even realized I hurt people, out of some impulse, committed grave mistakes. There isn't a single person who hasn't hurt someone, a single creature who hasn't made a mistake. It's fine, Master. Maybe you're feeling uneasy right now, but at least the way I remember you is, you know. It's hard for me to say to you right in front of me, but you're what they call an ultimate partner, basically. I want you to be proud of that. So just know, I'm actually an ally of justice. I don't get all well with bad people. Although my memories are similarly fragmented here and there. We're both a bit broken, so while we get fixed up, we should just keep fighting. What? Once we get back to the near side of the moon, I'll be fully restored, you see? I see. Now that Archer said that to me, and my easiness curiously disappears. As long as my memories are complete, my anxiety probably will come back, and nonetheless, I can now come to terms with uncertainties. Alright, have some rest. The only thing began Jineko's labyrinth. We need to free her from the BB's clutches and escape the far side as soon as possible. Alright, bit of a long chapter this one, but it was we were able to finish off in one go. I see a day-to-day life. Alright, this is CCC shit. Where the days passed quietly. I was always going through them, no, or rather, it's like I had gone through them all at some point. Through those fun days. How many days have I spent here, I wonder? If I was fairly long time, by looking back on it now, it was all so fleeting. It feels like it ended in the blink of an eye. That's something that certainly happened. I recovered lost memories. I spoke with her so many days inside the infirmary, about the days we were passing by. To her, who would eventually disappear, and to me, who had nothing, that time was precious. So then, why did I forget about it? Oh yeah, that's definitely CCC. Since I lost them, since they were erased, there must be some meaning to it. Maybe suppress these memories for some purpose. Memories of what happened over just a single day, before the Holy Grail War started. Yeah, it's definitely just some prelude to the CCC stuff. I wake from a long dream. No, that was no dream. Getting my memories back is affecting me. Everything I experienced in the preliminaries was fake. The dream I was shown because of BB was a fabricated preliminary. I could always recall what happened during the preliminaries ever since I woke up in the near side, in this far side of the moon. But that's how I have my memories back, scenes of which haven't crossed my mind now start to. Like how during the preliminary I attended to Sakura by the entrance. Like how after that my daily routine became chatting with her in the infirmary. But the memories I got back are evident that these memories couldn't have happened. Putting the preliminary stuff aside for a second, Sakura served all the messages of the Holy Grail was fine selection equally as an impersonal AI. The only thing I spoke to Sakura about was the day I attended to her by the entrance anyways. And so no matter how I look at it, these fragmented events I just saw couldn't have possibly occurred. I don't know what the meaning behind the contradiction is right now, and it's inexplicable that I don't have time to ruminate over it now. I take a deep breath and leave my room with Archer beside me. Yep, that is definitely going to be important for later. Determined to one more, I step forward. Alright, first up to Student Council briefing. Alright, and that is going to be the end of it. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time for more Fate Extra CCC. Ciao.